opera. And where's the game? There's the game. Oh, wait, no, I need my chat. Okay, just gonna start with the slurs right away. I did hear a snap, so... Oh, yep, there it is. It works. I also have my laptop, so that way I can see the snaps too. So everything is going as planned. Okay, cool. And now we wait. Maybe being on time isn't such a good thing. It says 4 people are here. Well, 2 of them are probably me and Novell, because I have a stream up on my laptop. I'm sorry, Fusion. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. I will do better. Hello, Reiner. Welcome. I suppose we have plenty of people signing up for some suffering today. Very, very exciting. Hello, Sans. Welcome. If Donnie checked her phone? What? How long is MAMIYA? Our playthrough, mine and Novell's, was about 25 hours. But I don't know if there was a point where we like left it open or what. It'll probably take longer here because I am reading all of the dialogue out loud. So we'll see. But my next solo stream, I will probably mix it up a little bit. I'm thinking about getting out an RPG Maker game, maybe Witch's Heart, because I've had my eyes on it for a while. How long to be? It says 16 hours. Okay, so it'll take me longer than that, I would imagine. But it did only take the 2 hours to finish Rio's route. No idea how long I'll stick around for it, though. That's perfectly fair. For what it's worth, I don't feel like Kato's route is quite as heavy as Rio's. So this one might this one might not be so bad for you, Fusion. But it depends on who you talk to. I've figured out that there is a big difference between what gets to some people and what gets to others. All routes are awful in different ways, yeah. If I had to guess, Fusion, I would say you'll have an easier time with this one in particular. Because, like, for example, Gab said that Haruki's route was the tamest, but that one left me absolutely gutted. And I will get to that when we get there. What are you doing? Oh, why are you here?
Thank you.
You're welcome? What are you doing? Oh, I gotta get everything back. I'm very happy for you, Fusion. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, I think. We will continue. Load this save. Yeah. So, as we know, Rio's the route with abusive parents at the center of the problem. Yeah. Natsume died, as we know. RIP. Let's see, I should be able to just skip all this stuff because it is not new. Okay, we are taking the seat closest to the exit. I will not be saying what the other routes are about. Yup. My lips are sealed. I took the seat closest to the exit. I'll sit next to you if you don't mind. Not at all. I kept gazing at the flowers far ahead while waiting for the ceremony to begin. Yep, then came the coffin. I don't feel any type of way about him. MAMIYA. Here we go again. Hello, Kiro. Welcome. I'm sorry that you're here. At least one of them will be about sexual assault. No way they don't go that route. I cannot confirm or deny at this moment. Just ignore him. Yeah, we'll just ignore him. No, don't know him. Never heard of him. This guy, Now this one, this one that barely fits into the frame. Let's find out about this guy. Finding myself somewhat curious about him, I decided to follow him with my gaze. His considerable height would no doubt make him stand out in any crowd. He walked with a straightforward stance, giving me the impression of someone with a noble, righteous soul. That's one way to put it. Hello, Pink. Welcome. Even the white flowers he carried seemed to match him in terms of sheer dignity and grace. His large eyes gleamed with genuine grief. Natsume. He uttered the name in a voice so low you'd have to strain your ears to hear him. What do I mean by what? Once all the attendees had set their flowers, the funeral came to a close with a few words addressed to the bereaved family. Surrounded by people leaving the hall, Well, where are we going? We're going outside, right? Yeah, we go outside. Novelle, no spoilers, that's my entire job. That's true! Hello, RC. Welcome! I thought you were going to sit these streams out. Well, we'll see. Fusion, I think that Fusion will tolerate this one better. However, of course, tap out the second it gets rough, because I know this game's a lot. There were plenty of times that I just sat in silence after a route, feeling completely numb and like my world had ended. So I get it. I just live for that. Wanting some fresh air, I decided to step outside for a moment. The cold December air outside the church felt unusually pleasant. I walked around for a bit until my eyes met another student's. Hello. Oh, hello. Were you also attending Natsume's funeral? Yeah, I was. I'm pretty sure he meant a lot to me. He's pretty sure. You're pretty sure? That was an oddly vague way of putting it. Oh, sorry, I was very young at the time, so I'm not entirely sure. Natsume probably lived in my neighborhood, and we often played together. I can remember it like it was yesterday. On an especially snowy day during the winter, we ended up building a snowman together. We looked around for sticks and leaves to give it a face, too. I was in charge of making the face, and I remember using all the stuff we gathered together. We used red fruits for eyes, a large leaf in place of a nose, and an arched stick for its mouth. Was it cute? Oh yes, very. Looking back at it, Natsume probably just wanted me to have the most fun part. Yeah, he was so nice. And now he's dead, isn't he? I can't see him again. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. Oh, it's fine. I'm actually glad to have heard a new Natsume story I wasn't aware of. Really, I'm glad you liked it. Yes? So now that Nani is playing, you can definitely tell the voice switch of talking with chat versus reading dialogue. It's so interesting. Is it? Meanwhile, when I finish a route, I'm like, wow, this is fucked up. I want more. Next route now. Me too. You're just like me, Gab. Good luck, Fusion. Well, it might be rude of me to say this, and I don't want you to get upset, but you kind of remind me of him a little bit. I see. Goodbye then. Take care. You too. A person's death. This was the first time I'd experienced the death of someone I knew. All my grandparents were thankfully still alive, so I'd never actually attended a funeral before. The church had adopted an unusual scent, one of mourning. It made the place feel almost like it'd been cut off from the rest of the world. I guess I'll never see Natsume again. The clouds gathered above were as dark as my mood. What did it mean for a person to die? Natsume had stepped off the stage of my life for good. And so I would now continue living a life filled with people other than him. Will I eventually die too? Oh, Kato, buddy, I have some real bad news for you. What did it mean to die? Where did people go when they died? To someone like me, who had his hands full with the present, the very concept seemed fundamentally alien. I felt something moist on my nose. I put my hand out and immediately noticed a few raindrops on it. The droplets began to multiply, eventually filling the ground around me. It had begun to rain. People die if they die. He's 15, let him think of his mortality for the first time in peace. Yeah, fair enough. I used my bag as a makeshift umbrella and hurried off to find shelter from the rain. A simple rainfall was enough to dispel all thoughts of the funeral from my mind. The world would soon end. I didn't know how much truth there was to it, but people on TV and the news made it out to be a big deal. You can even hear people discussing it in class. Days went by as usual, without anyone truly comprehending that the world would soon end. I didn't quite understand why I was here. I was certain that the end would have happened in the blink of an eye. It would be simple and anticlimactic, like the burst of a soap bubble. This guy. So, his route was actually the first one that I did, and that was a really interesting one to start with, and I'm sure you'll see why. Good morning, Suo. Good morning. Did you catch yesterday's show? Yeah, it's still great. I'd wake up in the morning, go to school, chat with my classmates, take classes. I'd always been surrounded by other people. Each and every one of them were thoroughly interesting and unique. Thanks to them, I could spend every day with a smile. Meanwhile, I got that route as my first one. That is such a rough one to get right out of the gate. No ramp-up period, just... I don't know if I'm happy for you or sorry for you, Gab. I'm back. Welcome home, Kato. What's for dinner, Mom? Hamburg steak. I know how much you love it. Yeah, hi, Dad. Welcome home, Kato. Wow, you're home early today. Yeah, I actually managed to finish— I don't know how to sound like a dad. Finish up all my work earlier than expected. Kato, have you washed your hands? I heard Ryota's caught a cold the other day. You should be careful. Okay, Mom. For as long as I could remember, my mother had always busied herself in the kitchen. She was a great cook. All of my friends who'd taste her dishes told me how lucky I was. I had no frame of reference, of course, but their words still filled me with pride. My father worked as a policeman, unfortunate, and would only come home late at night, if at all. But when he did, he'd always pat my back with a reassuring smile. His strong, firm hands made me want to grow up like him. Kato, we're leaving tomorrow. Are you sure you'll be all right on your own? Mom, I'll be fine. I know how much detergent to use and where we keep the emergency money. I also know the number I need to call to reach you. You've drilled this into me 1,000,000 times now. Well, okay, if you say so. Come on, Kato's already 15. This will be a good experience for him. I made an assertive nod. My folks used their days off to arrange a trip overseas. Some parents would devote all their attention to their kids, but mine still enjoyed having some alone time together. I found that to be great, honestly. I was hoping to also be like that when I got older. Kato is a piglet. I was almost concerned by the stutter when he called out to his dad, but then remembered they already used that one. Yep, they have to go down the checklist, Fusion. A few things worried me, but at the same time, I could never bring myself to force them to stay. I didn't particularly lack anything in life. People were nice to me and I'd enjoyed every single day to the fullest. And yet, I felt like there was something missing, like a puzzle, like a piece of a puzzle. I know how to read. So I would continue searching for it.
I felt almost like there was a snow-white mist blanketing my otherwise saturated life, blurring its outlines. All I wanted was a bit of adventure. That was probably it. That person being necessary to me was likely no more than a convenient excuse.
Have you heard, Suo? Club activities are canceled due to the rain.
What? Awesome, we'll get to go home early today. I'm gonna spend my whole day watching TV. Kids these days. I forgot my umbrella. All right. There he goes. Ah! I jumped into the rain with a yell. Huh? On my way home, I spotted something passing by a park, a place I normally wouldn't have noticed on a usual day. In retrospect, it might have been fate, rather than sheer coincidence, that brought me here. The park was completely deserted due to the rain, or so I thought. Then I noticed a person sitting on the ground, almost like they were pretending to be another piece of playground equipment.
Oh, hey! Would you look who it is? It's him!
I hurried to their side and desperately called out to them. Excuse me. Fattened droplets of rain trickled down on the lashes of his closed eyelids. It didn't seem like he'd wake up. I carefully touched his neck to check for a pulse, and that was when I noticed him shivering. This is an emergency. His dark, almost foreign-looking skin was deathly cold to the touch. He'd freeze to death if he stayed out here. Right. I took out the towel I'd originally packed to use for the club practice and began drying his hair. Please hold on. Let's see. In that moment, his eyes silently opened. His amber gaze bore into me. I found myself gasping. It seemed almost like his pair of amber eyes were the only source of color in the heavy December rain.
Kato, you are gay!
Snapping back to reality, I tried addressing him, but his eyes closed again before I could say anything. I had a bad feeling about this. Clutching his hand, I realized he'd grown even colder. What do I do? There was no one around to ask for help. I was the only one who could save him. Can you walk?
Yes, Kiro, very true, very gay. I love that you can hear the rain sound effect loop.
The young man gave a slight nod. I had to help him. There was no one else who could. After making up my mind, I had him lean on my shoulder and started carrying him away as the rain beat down on us.
Does Kato is gay? I don't know, you be the judge.
Back home, I made him lie down on the sofa and headed for the bathroom. After warming up the water, I hurried back to him with a bath towel. Please wake up. I desperately wiped the cold water off of him, hoping this would help warm him up a bit.
Yes. Yes, he does is gay. Gay. You know, it's the thought that counts, Pink. You really tried.
As his breathing intensified, I felt relief wash over me. Oh, you're finally awake. The next moment, however, he instantly pushed me aside and put some distance between the two of us. Beyond the curtain of his still wet locks, the young man's amber eyes were like daggers piercing my skin. Where am I? Huh? As I took a step forward, still wondering how to answer, I realized there was something off about him. His breathing was unnaturally heavy and ragged. As he took a scanning glance around the room, looking positive.
Is that really loud for anyone else? Rain in visual novels always reminds me of Umineko because the whole plot is that those people are trapped in an island of a typhoon, so there's rain all the time. Okay, that's loud. That's loud, right? Where's my settings thing? Okay, that should be okay. Settle down, game.
Yes, ma'am. No, buddy. Not right now. I'm sorry.
The young man grew even paler than before. Are you okay? When I took another few steps toward him, the dark-haired youth grabbed a pair of scissors lying next to our phone and pointed it straight at me.
I love the wealth of CGs. It's so good.
Where am I? My knees trembled like leaves in the wind. I was all of a sudden paralyzed by fear. Why did I bring this person into my house? My parents weren't home and wouldn't be for a while. I was at a loss for what to do next. The man, still pale as a ghost, raised his voice to yell, almost as if to drag my inner thoughts into the open. Answer me, where am I? This is my house. And why am I here? Well, answer me. He stepped forward, as if trying to force an answer out of me. This brought me closer to the scissors. My eyes were glued to their menacing, sharp tip. I found you unconscious in the park, and you were soaking wet, so... In the park? Yes? The young man paused to think for a moment, but kept the scissors pointed at me. I know how to read. What did you do to me? Huh? Answer me. Nothing. I carried you here from the park and dried you off with a towel. That's all. I looked up. His prior animosity was gone from him. He now stood there with a downcast look, preventing me from reading his expression. I see. You were trying to help me, huh? Huh? Caught off guard by his gentler tone of voice, my mind was rendered completely blank for a brief moment. The young man then placed the scissors back on the table and turned around to leave. Wait! I've already warmed up the bath. You could, use it if you'd like. I'll pass. But it's still raining outside. You might catch a cold. Enough! Let me out! His pained tone made me let out a gasp. For a short while, the only sound in the room was the soft pattering of water trickling down onto the floor from his clothes. Keep your distance from me. And with that, he disappeared into the rain. I stood in the foyer for a long while after he'd left. I should have tried to stop him, though even I wasn't sure why I'd want to do that, especially after how terrifying our first encounter had been. Speaking of which, I didn't even ask him his name. I was certain of one thing, though. I'd never forget the color of those eyes.
Gay! You are gay, Kato. What's wrong, Suo? You look down.
A little, yeah. I heard your parents went off for a trip the other day, finding it hard to cope on your own. Well, yeah, you could say that.
If you need anything, feel free to come over. I'm sure my mom would love to see you.
Thanks. I glanced at the window. It had misted over and was covered in large drops of water.
It's raining again. Not exactly the kind of weather I'd expect from December.
You'd surely catch a cold if you stayed out at a time like this.
A cold would be the least of your worries. You could even die. Suo, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm fine. I just found out about death the other day, so... As I touched the cold glass, the tip of my finger got a little wet from the moisture. What would happen to a person if this cold spread across their entire body? It's so cold. My finger still hadn't completely dried off by the time the class started.
Okay, settle down, game. Damn. You are loud. I hate that it does that. Yeah. It's really loud rain. This is why Rohan and the gang didn't find out they were fighting in the corner.
With umbrella in hand, I took my usual route home. Oh. I was trying my best not to think about it. Yet before I knew it, there I was in front of that same park. I couldn't believe I was actually trying to run into that man again. I shouldn't do this. There was no way he'd be there again. I was just about to leave when... I spotted something moving near the park's playground equipment. No way! Before I could have time to even think things through, my body made a move on its own.
Biblically accurate, JoJo. Yup.
Just as I'd thought, it was that man from the other day. I moved closer to address him, but as I did, his pained expression flashed through my mind. Keep your distance from me. It would probably be better if I listened to his advice. My actions might only end up irritating him. I forced my eyes shut and attempted to leave when, I heard a muffled groan. Getting too involved would be a bad idea. I'd just be a bother to him. Yet despite my best efforts at self-restraint, I ended up turning toward the direction of his voice. I cannot read. You're bleeding! The sight of his blood made me immediately rush to his side. Excuse me. Taking quick, sharp breaths, the man wouldn't even open his eyes. Excuse me. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to say his name and make him feel safe. Oh, you were very gay, Kato. A name I didn't even know. My lips trembled, unable to form any meaningful sentences. He still wasn't opening his eyes. Maybe I was sticking my nose where it didn't belong. Even still, I'm sorry, but I can't leave you like this. I grabbed his arm and slid it over my shoulder.
He's too gay, I hate him. You know, that's a little homophobic, Kiro.
He seemed to have been bleeding from his stomach. While picking him up, I tried my best not to touch that area of his body. Please hold on. I headed home, the only difference between today and yesterday being the fact that I now had an umbrella.
Internalized homophobia.
I sat down in an armchair and focused my gaze on a singular point. The dark-skinned youth was resting on my two-seater sofa. The towel I'd placed on his stomach was stained red with blood. I desperately hoped that it wouldn't spread any further. Barely able to breathe, I crossed my hands and waited. The man's ear made a twitch.
Did it say ear or eye? I would hope it's a... I focused my gaze on a single point. I can't believe it, Kiro.
You mustn't push yourself. Your wound looks pretty deep as it is. Pressing the towel against his stomach, the young man carefully sat up on the sofa. Is this your doing? Why? Weren't you listening to me yesterday? I mean, it looked pretty serious. I'm sorry for being so meddlesome. I promise it's the last time. I know it might be difficult, but please try not to move. At least until the bleeding stops. He slowly touched the towel with his dark, slender fingers and watched as the blood continued to spread. The silence in the room felt like it would go on forever. At long last, he inhaled a short breath, then opened his mouth to speak. Where am I? At my house. Duh, don't you know my house? That's not what I meant. I'm asking where this place is. I furrowed my brows, unable to comprehend the meaning of his question. Realizing that he'd be getting no answer from me, the young man continued, taking great pains to squeeze out each word. Yesterday, I walked all over this town, but I couldn't recognize a single place I visited. Huh? Actually, I don't even remember anything from before I woke up yesterday. What do you mean? The young man's tone grew heavy, as if he himself had difficulty believing his own words. I can't remember anything. Not where I live, not what I was even doing in the first place. Clutching his head, the man cast his gaze downward. In other words, you have amnesia. I never thought a day would come that I'd ever say that kind of thing. In lieu of a reply, the young man knit his brows and closed his eyes. That alone answered my question better than any words could have. The room was completely shrouded in silence. So much so that the ticking of the clock began to irritate my ears. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Your name. Do you remember your name? Why do you want to know? I just realized that I didn't know what to call you. Sorry, Rio. My name's Rio. Rio. The moment I heard that name, the person in front of me gains a clear outline for the first time. The amber flash of his gaze, the fingertips touching my towel. They were no longer things to be afraid of. I don't remember my last name. Oh. I'm Suo Kato. What are you planning to do now? I tried to cushion the question as best I could, but all Rio did was lower his eyes. I've no plan. I can't remember a single thing. Averting his gaze, Rio made a bitter, self-deprecating smile. Can I say something strange? What? If it's okay with you, you can stay here until your memory returns.
Oh, he got a new pet.
This is great news for him.
Huh? Do you have any idea what you're saying? Oh, I'm being too meddlesome again, aren't I? I'm sorry, I just... Don't you remember what I did yesterday? I do, but you were too confused at the time. There's no way I can blame you for that. I suppose you've got a point. Still. Oh, and my parents are actually away on an overseas trip at the moment, so I've got plenty of empty rooms to spare. I don't think that's the issue here. Rio studied me with a look of disbelief on his face. You don't want to stay? More like, do you want me to stay? I mean, you're in trouble, aren't you? Rio's eyes widened in surprise. I'd appreciate the help. His answer came in a low, barely audible voice. Sure thing. With my parents gone, he'd have plenty of rooms to pick from. Having said that, I was hesitant to allow a stranger into our private space, so I ended up guiding him to our guest room instead. This is where we keep all the futons. You'll find the bathroom down the hall. I opened a closet and helped him lay down a futon. After that, I continued explaining everything else he'd need to know. Once Rio had finished bathing, I lent him some of my clothes. They looked a touch baggy on him, but nothing too extreme. Pretty big house you've got here. You think so? I wouldn't necessarily say it was too big. Well, it appears to be more than one story, so... Though perhaps it was for someone living alone. Still, taking care of a house of this size was no easy task.
God, he really is so gay. Really, really gay. Where did all the thingies go? Hello, Silver. I'm afraid that there are no thingies for a while. Novelle's fixing the thingies. That's his job while I'm here on stream duty. Which I'm totally not thrilled to be sitting here reading one of my favorite visual novels.
I only realized that once my mother had left. All the more reason for you to stay then. I could use the help. My room's on the 2nd floor. Don't hesitate to call me if you need something.
Very, very true. Very true. Poor Rio. He has a hard life. Can't win.
Sure. Good night. Good night. My brain continued working at full throttle, even after I'd climbed into bed. Who was Rio, really? And what was he doing out there in the rain? Could he have been involved in some kind of accident?
It appears he was stabbed. Suo, what do you think? What do you mean? This was going through my mind on repeat when I got to the scene. Yeah. I imagine Rio heard the word mother, and then one ReZero audio sting happened in his head.
The shock from that would explain his memory loss. He might very well turn out to be someone dangerous. I wonder what my parents would have said had they been here.
They would have said no.
I shook my head. Even if that were the case, he meant no threat to me now. Plus, he had no one else to rely on. And besides, I couldn't bring myself to throw out a person with such a lonely look in their eyes. Stuck in a town he didn't recognize, with no memories to help him, it must have been hard on his nerves. That said, amnesia, huh?
Hello, Spider Boys. Welcome.
Sounded like something straight out of a movie. I slowly drifted off to sleep.
I am deeply concerned. His dad probably would have at least ran an identity check, right? And Suo's like, I'll keep him. Should we contact the police? Should we take him to a hospital?
A body has been discovered!
No. Thank you.
Oh, look at the time. Mom, why didn't you wake? Morning. Oh. Good morning. I'd completely forgotten about my parents and their trip, and the fact that a stranger was now staying at my house. So, what are you going to do now, Rio? I thought of the frozen rice. Frozen rice? Okay. Can he not make rice? And ate it with a bit of pollock roe. After helping himself to some pickles, the dark-skinned youth looked in my direction. I need to go to school now. Do you think you'll be okay on your own? Rio had been calmly chewing his food until now, suddenly froze up and widened his eyes.
Good soup. Very good.
You were just gonna leave me here alone? In your house?
Even with amnesia, Rio's like, you are an idiot. A moron.
Huh? You'd prefer to come with me to school? I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm not gonna do that, obviously. I just don't get why you'd feel safe leaving a stranger in your house while you're away.
He's dumb, Rio. He is an idiot. No brain. Only gay.
I could rob you and stuff. Well, I mean, you're not the kind of person to do that, though, right? No idea. You won't do anything of the sort.
I'm sure of it.
You won't, right? As I tilted my head with a smile, Rio simply averted his eyes. So I'm not planning to, at least. See? Look, all I'm saying is that you should be more cautious. You think so? Yeah. Yes? Yeah?
Blueberries? You got any other fruits?
With that, Rio stood up and carried his dishes to the sink. I didn't realize it was this late. I gotta go now. I'll head out as well. Huh? You're going somewhere? Maybe you'd be okay with it, but I don't want to spend the day sitting alone at some stranger's house. By the way, my club practice usually ends around 7. Make sure to come back by then. I might if I feel like it. Rio gave me one final glance before closing the door. I gotta hurry as well. Alright, I'm off. After announcing my departure to a now empty house, I locked the door and left. Not having anyone see me off felt kinda lonely. I wanted to see Rio off, at least, but even though he'd just left the house moments earlier, he was nowhere to be seen.
I now have dinner, corned beef and white rice. What's happening now? Okay, so Sans, right? Kaito found Rio in the park, stabbed, bleeding with amnesia, and now he's keeping him as some kind of house pet. That's where we're at, you know. We've established that Kaito is very, 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 very gay. What's 5 times 5? I don't know. I'm stupid. You would say that, Sans.
Good morning, Kaito. I heard a voice from beside me and turned toward it with a smile. Morning. Wow, look at the time. You might want to hurry. I have no idea who's talking.
Oh no. The delusions.
Oh, great. Yeah, you're right, MAMIYA. I made a warm smile. His name was MAMIYA. He was a close friend of mine, who also happened to be invisible. What, you thought invisible people only existed in fiction? Sure enough, it had initially confused me as well. We got another grippy sock vacation in our future. I mean, I just started hearing voices coming from thin air. My first thought was that it might have been a ghost. Obviously, it's a ghost, not a mental illness. I love watching your videos while eating a family of 4. I love cannibalism. I'm racist. Invisible people don't count as people. Some days, I would sprinkle salt all over my room. On others, I'd keep trembling and crying in bed, unable to fall asleep. Yeah, no, Kato, that sounds like mental illness. I think you should speak to someone. As time passed, I started to put the pieces together. MAMIYA was not a ghost. And although you couldn't see him, he did absolutely exist. He was also one of the few people who truly understood me. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Suo. You're looking better now. Got used to living alone, I take it.
You could say that.
Did you catch last night's show? I did. It was about some guy with amnesia.
Amnesia. The moment I heard that word, my heart skipped a beat.
How about you, Suo? Did you see it?
No, I was really tired last night, so I ended up sleeping through it.
You're lost, man. It was great.
I'm unracist. Invisible people are kinda hot. I mean, you can just use your imagination. They can be anything you want. Invisible people bug out a racist mind. I can't see their skin color. I don't know if I'm supposed to be nice or automatically hate them. Look, I am always in favor of committing tax fraud. I don't like the IRS, quite frankly.
It genuinely made me think about what I'd do if I lost my memories.
You think amnesia is really a thing? I mean, outside of movies? Movies. I recalled the young man that had left my house earlier this morning. It was entirely possible that I just got involved with the very thing they were discussing. I felt my cheeks heat up.
All right, that's all for today's practice.
Thank you very much. Huh? I found Rio sitting near the front gate to my house. You surprised me. What are you doing here? You told me to come back before dinner. That's so cute.
He is adorable.
You say that, but you and Novelle never finished Turnip. Well, you're right. We didn't. It's very sad. You like throwing away, you like watching videos while throwing away bodies of my family of 4. You know, the economy's rough out there. You gotta do what you can to save some money. I understand. To come back before dinner. And I also told you where I hide my keys. You could have just waited for me inside. It's your fault. Huh? You really don't think things through. If you found me inside your house, you'd just end up wondering if I'd moved or taken something. It's not a great feeling to have. I keep burping. Did you wait for me here just to give me peace of mind? Well, dressed so lightly, too. Got a problem with it? How long have you been here? Hell if I know. I don't have a watch. It's fair. I really love their dynamic, actually. Why would you throw away the bodies to save money, sell their organs? Yeah, you make a point. Rio averted his gaze. His ears were beet red. As I grabbed Rio's hand, I noticed that his fingers had turned red from the cold. The touch of his freezing hands made me understand that he genuinely didn't have anywhere else to come but here. Thanks for coming back. Let's hurry inside. I'll get you something nice and warm to drink. Oops, so what were you doing during the day? I assume it says something like that. Oh, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Downtown, I figured I'd look for something I might recognize. I was really thorough, too. Wait, does that mean you managed to remember something? No, not a thing. I see. Anyway, a bit of food should cheer you up. There's still some of the karage that Mom left for me. Karage? You don't know what karage is? It's a type of fried chicken that... Do you think I'm stupid or something? No, not at all. Where's this karage of yours? Where's the fried chicken, Kato? Where is it? In the fridge. I'll go microwave it for you. You just sit back and relax and wait for me here, okay? Relax, like I could do that. Even the scent of this place is unfamiliar. Sorry I took this long, Rio. I brought the karage, plus some rice and condiments. What is this? You mean this book? It's been there for as long as I can remember. I recall rereading it multiple times back in elementary school. Rio? I know this book. The protagonist is a prince in the kingdom of the night. He travels the world in search of the blue sky because none of his subjects know what it looks like. Did I get it right? Yeah, that's exactly how the story goes. Rio. I guess memories do return after a while. Visibly relieved, Rio smiled in front of me for the very first time. Our life together turned out to be a lot nicer than I had anticipated. I didn't need to pay him any special attention, and I finally had someone to play video games with to boot. He didn't come across as much of a gamer, but despite his initial clumsiness, he desperately strove to improve his play, and he's turned him into a gamer. Fried chicken is great. Water is very necessary. I had never imagined that I'd one day be eating potato chips while having an all-night gaming session with someone. Living with him was tons of fun. I'm back. Hey, you're kinda late today. Oh, you're covered in soot. What happened? Did you get into a fight? Here. Huh? He awkwardly hands me a bunch of yen bills. What's this for? I'm paying rent. I found a job yesterday. Can I take the bath first? Of course, but there's really no need for you to pay rent. You can stay here until your memories return, and I just felt like I needed to do something. I'd go crazy otherwise. Oh. Hey, Rio doesn't want to be a housewife, Kato. You have to respect his decision. Following my idea of naming shinies after content warnings, I shall dub it Gamer. Fantastic. Forget it. Bois? Alright, Hank Hill. I felt some warm paper smelling distinctly of croquettes pressed against my face. I got these from a street vendor. Figured you might want them since you're running out of food because of me. Anyway, I'm off to take the bath. Jeez. Wow, you actually got a job. He's way more of an adult than me. You are like 3, Kato. Settle down. You say that like Kato isn't the housewife? Well, he's trying not to be. I made some late night snacks from the leftovers I found in the fridge. It might have been a bad idea, though. Oh, that was actually a great idea. These taste amazing. That's not what I meant. Well, whatever. I'm glad you like them at any rate. Oh, I'll take care of the dishes. There's no need. I'm used to doing them all the time. But I can't allow a guest to think it of as part of my rent. You just watch TV in the meantime. Okay. All the time, huh? Is that what my life used to be like? Still feeling a bit of guilt from letting Rio do the dishes, I nonetheless ended up turning on the TV. As the trusty old CRT whirred to life, a brief piece of scrolling text showed up at the bottom of its screen. It read, "The truth about the end of the world." A bunch of dubious-looking adults were having a serious argument about something. The celebrities present would respond with exaggerated reactions in an attempt to make the whole thing more exciting for the audience. I put the plates on the shelf. You don't need to go that far, but thank you. What's on TV? How do you feel about all this end of the world stuff? Is the world actually going to end? Yeah, and it'll happen this year, at least according to these people. First I hear about it. Seriously? But it's been the talk of the town. There was no way you'd go to school and not even hear about... Oh, he had amnesia. Duh. That sounds accurate to what I've seen people say about Japanese TV. I've watched enough random little clips that, yeah, that that does in fact check out. What would you do if the world ended tomorrow? Rio sat down some distance away from me as I waited for his response. For a brief moment, he averted his sharp gaze, then glanced to the side before finally speaking up. Not a thing. Why? 'Cause there's nothing to do. He stared into the distance with a defeated look. I guess I just spend my day like I always do, then go to sleep. That's it. I see. His answer came as a bit of a surprise. I had assumed most people would want to do something special on their last day. Under normal circumstances, you'd have to stay in line and obey the rules of society. But if the world was coming to an end, that'd all fly out the window and you could technically do whatever you wanted. Well, at least the girl sitting next to me in class thought so. One day, Keijo will have a thought of his own. I just know it. I kept thinking about Ryo's answer as the TV drones on and on. That's right. I'd like to say the disappearance of the sun sounds like the most valid theory. And what would happen then? Would mankind go extinct? Not necessarily. A few hundred individuals should, in theory, possess the antibodies necessary to just to survive such harsh conditions. Antibodies. As humans, we're all different. Naturally, some of us adapt better to certain environments than others. The cog wheels will spin one day. Yes, we can only hope. Only a few hundred survivors. Wow. A video started playing. It showed a boy living on an earth that had become a dried up wasteland. Oh my god, I keep accidentally words. Antibodies for no sunlight? Well, I have a feeling that this isn't the most scientifically accurate show. I mean, we have to kind of think about, what was it? Was it History Channel or Discovery that made like a whole mockumentary about mermaids and a bunch of people were tricked into thinking that they were real? It might be something like that. Just bring on someone who sounds like they know what they're talking about and, you know, people will believe you. I briefly imagined what it'd be like to be that boy. For some reason, I had this feeling that even if my parents, classmates, and all the adults I knew died, I'd still be able to survive. I wonder if tomorrow will really come. Suo? Every single day, it was all people could talk about. Is the world really going to end? There would be no next year then. No one really knows that the sun's going to come up the next day. I suppose you're right. How about you? Huh? What would you do if the world ended tomorrow? I wish mermaids were real. It was Discovery. But speaking of the History Channel, that's how they do their grift for ancient aliens. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm old enough to remember when Discovery Channel, I said Disney, oh my god, and TLC were actually educational. Yup. I mean, History Channel is just like reality TV now, right? I'm not sure. It's hard to predict how I'd act. I see. Oh, look at the time. We've got to brush our teeth and go to sleep. Right. Personally, I couldn't wait for the end to come. I had this completely baseless feeling. I would awaken a special power within me, which would then allow me to save the day. Okay. And when that happens, Quentin Reviews has a great mini-series on the History Channel. Actually mini, not, like 10 hours long? Well, that's the cleaning done. Rio's still at work, though. I finally got the whole day to myself with nothing to actually do. Oh, is that a delivery man? I'm coming. Oh, it's this man. It's this man. This man. Here's a special delivery of Hokkaido crabs. I don't even know how to eat crab. Not to worry. They come with instructions. Did you write them yourself, Mr. Samejima? I think the entire series is less than half the length of his first iCarly video. You'll find out soon enough, Sans. It's Samejima. It's this guy. This dude. This one right here. Yes, I even went to the extra mile and drew pictures. Carrying a large styrofoam box, he headed off toward the kitchen. Being one of my father's direct subordinates, Mr. Samejima would come over to our house quite frequently. He'd always been a bit unique, even discounting the fact that he was a policeman. So, having fun all by yourself? I'm still enjoying the novelty of it, but it has its drawbacks too. Well, if you ever get fed up, you're more than welcome to come over to my place. I'll handle all the chores, don't worry. Well, an image of Rio flashed through my mind. I couldn't leave him alone. I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't leave the house unattended. Guess you've got a point there. Mr. Samejima began to pull the crab apart with an astounding level of dexterity. And that was putting it lightly. His speed was out of this world. I've never seen anyone pick apart a crab with this much skill. I have so many things I would like to say, but I can't. The iCarly video is nearly 5 hours long. What? Oh, yeah, I was about to say, one of his videos is like, yeah, it's 8 hours. And I'm pretty sure I watched the entire thing. Not in one day, but you know. Where's Novell when you need you need to compare someone to Orochimaru? Just someone ping him or something and tell him that he has an opportunity. How's school lately? He turned his attention to me while his hands were still busy working on the crab. Pretty fun. I'm slowly getting better at lacrosse and my classmates are all great. I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Samejima smiled at me without really changing his expression. Can I borrow the bathroom for a moment? Of course, go right ahead. He sure is taking a while. Oh? Mr. Samejima, did you forget where our bathroom was? Oh, Kato. The room Mr. Samejima was trying to enter was Rio's room. Is something the matter? No, nothing. More importantly, I'm having a bit of a hard time with those crabs by myself. I was hoping you could help me. Oh, were the 40 pages worth of instructions not enough? What, you wrote 40 pages? He's very thorough. I did, but I see you haven't read them. Don't worry, they're pretty straightforward. But... Or could it be that there's something in this room you don't want me to see? In that moment, I could have sworn I saw a faint glimmer of Mr. Samejima's narrow eyes. His unique antics often made me forget it, but he was still a policeman, and an elite investigator at that. His intuition must have been sharp as a knife. Oh, no, nothing. And I suppose there's no harm in me opening the door, right? Ha. Okay, then. I was done for. Mr. Samejima was going to find out about Rio. Wow, this sure takes me back. Huh? I timidly looked up. The room looked clean and tidied up as if no one had been living there. Mr. Samejima examined one of the pillars in the room, looking visibly moved. Do you remember? We used this to measure your height. Huh? Oh. It says here that you were 150 centimeters tall just 4 years ago, and look at you now, a veritable giant. Come on, Mr. Samejima, you're almost the same height as me. He laughs. Hello, Blackjack.
And it looks like the love child of Orochimaru and Rukia has arrived. Yes. And he's a policeman. This certainly brings back all kinds of memories. Mr. Samijima, look how big you've grown. I'll have to be careful not to get crushed. Could you please just leave? Feeling more than a little rattled, I ended up pretty much shoving Mr. Samijima out of the room. As my hands touched his back, it certainly did feel smaller compared to mine. In any case, I'm glad to see you're doing fine, Kato. Truth be told, I was a little worried. It would have been quite the incident if you died from loneliness. I'm not dying that easily. Anyway, thanks for everything, Mr. Samijima. Don't mention it. You'll have to handle the rest of the crabs by yourself. With a bit of effort, Mr. Samijima forced his large body into his car. There's barely any space in here. Take care now, Kato. Bye, Mr. Samijima. God, I'm gonna need to get a bigger car. And with that, Mr. Samejima drove off in his sardine can of a Mini. That was close. Did someone come over? Rio, when did you get back? Just now. Oh, by the way, I got some crabs. We should have them for dinner. Crabs? You don't know what crabs are? They're these tiny red animals with claws for arms. You do think I'm stupid, don't you? We can have crab every day now. It'll be great. Kato is, he's really something. I really don't think crab meat is something you should eat every day. Whew. That said, I almost couldn't believe how tidy Ryo's room was. It almost felt like he was keeping it that way so he could leave at any moment. To be ready for it every day. You couldn't find a single trace of him actually living in that room. I wonder where he goes every day. Ryo, what's wrong? Did I wake you up? No. You're having trouble falling asleep then. Oh, that reminds me. How's your wound? It's starting to heal up. I see, that's great. How long was he planning to stay here? Until his wound healed, or until my parents came home? Or maybe until his memories returned? He had already become a part of my daily life. I couldn't even imagine the house without him now. I had a dream. A dream? Yeah, I think I've had it multiple times since coming here. Do you remember anything about it? Not really. That's just how it goes. You can have this amazing dream, but the moment you try to actually remember it, you realize you can't. I hate it when that happens. Which is why I keep a dream diary. A dream diary? Yeah, I use it to jot down all my dreams before I forget about them. It's just a plain old notebook, really. After pausing for a moment, Ryo leans in closer to me. I want to hear about your dreams. Okay, there's this one dream I had 3 days ago. I flipped back a page in my notebook. They are so precious! Now I drink water. I was fighting a beast. A beast? Yeah, and not the cute cartoony type either. This one was drooling saliva everywhere and smelled of rotten meat. I had no special powers to rely on, so I had to use my wits to try and defeat it. Oh, so you died in this dream then, right? Like it didn't work out? While I was struggling to find a solution, the beast ransacked the entire town and continued terrorizing its residents. I sure hope nothing bad happens, smiley face. Nothing bad will happen. Sans, I don't know what you're worrying about. They're talking about dreams, so something terrible is definitely happening shortly. So how did the dream end? I destroyed the supporting pillars of the tallest building in Roppongi. It collapsed and crushed the beast underneath. But while I was celebrating my victory, the sludge from the beast's remains coiled around me. And that's when I woke up.
I closed the notebook and looked at Rio, who seemed very much on the verge of saying something. You sure have some interesting dreams. Thanks, I do love dreaming. It's so much fun. You never know what could happen next. I see. I wish I could have dreams like that. Rio? I want to hear about what you dream tomorrow. Tomorrow. That word got my attention. Sure, no problem. There was a tomorrow. A tomorrow for the two of us. Kato, you're so gay, Kato. Kato. In the heavy drowsiness of slumber, I heard a voice. MAMIYA? I'm glad you noticed me. That goes without saying. What are you doing here? That young man seems to have lost his memories. My heart skipped a beat. Are you going to tell someone? Oh, no, I mean, you're the only one who can hear me anyway. That's a relief. I could never keep secrets from you. I'm actually in a bit of a pickle. He's in a bit of a pickle right now. I have no idea how to help him regain his memories. And you're also worried how long your life with him is going to last. Amazing. It's like you're reading my mind. I know everything about you. MAMIYA? What do you think I should do? You already know the answer, don't you? This world has no answers, only desires and actions that can be taken to fulfill them. Kato, do you know what you want? What I want? Yes. You'll know what to do once you figure that out. That sounds difficult. The necessary course of action is always quite simple. It's only the details that make things appear more complicated. Anyway, I think we've talked enough. Good night, Kato. Good night, MAMIYA. I mean, look, having imaginary friends is healthy. You should have titled this stream Kato is gay. I mean, spoilers, right? All right. I'm gonna help you regain your memories. And the time that we've been living together, is there anything you've remembered? Not really. I've been thinking about how best to solve your problems. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but I want to aid you in any way I can. I was being completely earnest, only to be met by Rio's disinterested gaze. I know how to read. And that's when I had an idea. I gestured toward the things I had laid out on the table. Specifically, the shoes I'd been using for club practice, a couple of books from my father's shelf, and a plush toy I allegedly played with when I was a toddler. Unconfirmed. Don't know if true. A pretty varied lineup, all in all. Do any of these ring a bell? Not really. Come on, at least take a closer look. If we find something you might have used, it could help jog your memory. Look, I'm doing this for you, and it's your memories we're trying to get back. The town. Huh? I don't think I was particularly attached to any one item. I was more concerned with the buildings lining my town and people living inside them. At least that's how I feel. The town itself? But didn't you say you went through every street with a fine-tooth comb? I did, but I was talking about this town in particular. Meaning I probably didn't live in this area. But I still felt a certain connection to it. So with that settled, I'd like to check out the neighboring city. Rio made a brief pause. I was once again forced, I can read, to come to the painful realization that he genuinely didn't remember a single thing about himself. Got it. Without even thinking about it, I extended a hand toward him. Let's go visit the neighboring town. Rio reached out and clasped my hand. Running around and they're holding hands. Aren't they cute? I appreciate you bringing me here, but what is this? Huh, it's a lead. Yeah, I'm not blind. I'm asking why you even have something like that. It's for dogs. I mean, I wouldn't want you getting lost.
So he's keeping him as a pet, in a quite literal sense. Poor Rio. It used to belong to the dog we used to keep. Good thing I didn't throw it away. Anyway, please hold on to the other end. Poor Rio. Rio, we need to keep going. He says. Oh, don't pull so hard. Jeez, anyway, it's pretty cold out here, even the wind's howling. Oh. Give me a moment. Would you like me to carry that bag for you? You would? Oh, thank you very much. Kato, stop. He's black-coated. That's racism. It's okay. He's like 10, right? He can be a little racist, and it can be excused, I think. Don't mention it. Where would you like me to take it? Well, I was on the way to that corner store, so if you could just leave it to me. Sorry I kept you waiting. Take a look at this. I got us some peaches. Good for you. Oh, definitely. I love peaches. Anyway, let's be on our way. I bought 2 tickets, and they were more expensive than any of the ones I'd ever bought before. He can be a little racist, as a treat. Racism can be excused when you're 10 years old or a hot fictional man. Look, no, no, obviously not. That's not true. I'm just saying, when you're a child, you get a little more leeway, right? I could barely contain my excitement. It felt like we were embarking on a grand old journey. You're not going to sit? No, I can't seem to calm down. Rio glanced up at me as I was holding onto the handrail, then directed his gaze outside the window. We were passing one station after another. He watched the passing scenery rush by, but it didn't get much of a reaction out of him. Recognize anything? It doesn't look like we're quite there yet. It's okay, though. We have all the time in the world. There are plenty more stations to go. Just let me know if you remember anything. Sure. We ended up reaching the last station without Rio saying a single word. It was a factory town. We aimlessly wandered around under a cold winter sky. I didn't even know the name of the city. Neither of us spoke at all. Partly due to the chilly weather, it made our lips dry and cracked. Every time I walk through a town, it makes me realize how empty it really is. I suppose it's a sign of the times. Our world might really be ending. I don't genuinely believe that, but I can't help thinking about it. He's just really excited for the world of the end of the world, and, you know, to get his powers. The delusions run deep with this one. In the end, I might actually be wishing for it. I exhaled and watched my breath slowly dissipate into the air. Rio remained silent for a while and simply stared into the distance. But just when I was about to suggest going back home, I noticed him parting his lips. I don't think I want the world to end, despite how cruel and unfair it can be. Even without any memories. Even if your life turns into a boring, meaningless routine, when you die, it's all over. His eyelashes lightly trembled. His eyelashes lightly trembled in the wind. That certainly is a sentence, as he uttered those words. I think, if it's really that boring, it might as well come to an end. I want everything in my life to be interesting. You're awfully greedy. You think so? Only those at the top can think that way. It's selfish and arrogant. The wind picked up, ruffling our hair with a sudden gust. What value was there to mankind in a mundane world filled with nothing but hollow despair? I felt like our paltry scuffles had become the laughingstock of some invisible power. Narrowing my eyes in the strong wind, I licked my cracked lips to try and moisten them. I knew it would only make it worse later on.
And as long as the immediate feeling of discomfort was gone, I didn't care. In the end, we couldn't find anything that would help us jog Ryo's memory. We were just a couple of children, powerless and insignificant.
The baby cinnamon roll is enthusiastic about the apocalypse, but the cynical, traumatized guy doesn't want the world to end. What is this game? Well, you have to consider that Ryo does have something that he wants to protect. You know, he has a sister, and he has really close friends. You know, he has Minato. Keito's not the same. He really doesn't have anything of value in his life. Not really. So he sees his life as boring and mundane and not worth very much, which is why he tries to, you know, latch on to anything that feels like significant and interesting to him. All my water is gone!
My heart ached seeing Ryo so visibly disheartened. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find something tomorrow. Thanks. A baseless, irresponsible remark. Yet Ryo still mustered up an awkward smile before ultimately averting his pained gaze. I turned back toward the familiar road under the east sky. There was nothing in Tokyo. The city we lived in was empty. Huh? I woke up not in my bed, but in my living room. I must have dozed off on the sofa. I drowsily looked around as I let my eyes grow accustomed to the darkness. I should head back to my room. Still feeling somewhat groggy, I made my way up the stairs toward my room.
If the twist takes much longer, I may get a reasonable amount of sleep for once. This route is a bit slow going. So imagine my surprise when I got to my second route. This one being my first one. I was like, oh, okay. The other ones were pretty different, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you be getting out of bed? I'm late. I'm tired. I tried waking you up multiple times. No way. Oh, jeez. I've no time to even grab a bite to eat. I'm gotta get changed in my uniform and leave right now. I made it. Good morning, Sue. Whoa, your hair's a total mess, dude. I didn't have time to brush it, man. I can't believe I actually made it. Oh, you overslept? Well, that's a new one. I did, and I didn't even have time to have breakfast. I'm starving. I spent the rest of the day feeling both sleepy and hungry. Not exactly my best day at school, to say the least. This is so embarrassing. I'm home. Welcome back. What's for dinner, Ryo? I got us a tuna bowl each. They were on sale at the store. Man, I'm so hungry. Just go wash your hands first, okay?
Oh, I see. Keito has a new mom.
Good night, Ryo. Good night. And just like that, days would come and go.
Good morning, Suo. Did you oversleep again?
Yeah. An unchanging world, saturated with joy and fun. I'm home. Welcome back. Warm, gentle days, devoid of challenges and conflict. Good night. Night. I thought something would change with him here, but nothing did. No good. I can't remember anything. I see. Please don't blame yourself. Why don't we continue that game where we left off? Sure, okay. And so another uneventful day would go by, without Ryo's memories showing any sign of returning. Is there something bothering you, Keito? Is that you, Mamiya? No, I'm fine. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor. I felt him smiling at me. I turned to look, but all I could see was empty space. It's alright, Keito. Come with me. I can show you any dream you desire. For you, I can become a valiant hero, or even the vilest of villains. So, what will it be tonight? I'm really enjoying this, you know? MAMIYA. But you know that, don't you? Yeah. Come. As I extended my arm, something immediately grabbed onto it, pulling me into the air. Whoa! Do not be afraid, you should be more than familiar with this sensation. All you have to do is remember the Christmas lights, the delicious treats, the restless anticipation of waiting for presents. See, there's nothing to be afraid of. I opened my eyes and saw the entire city below me. Amazing! MAMIYA, this is incredible! Try to swim forward, but don't let go of my hand. Following MAMIYA's instructions, I gently glided through the night sky. I feel so free. You always have been, Kato. You simply kept your true powers buried and hidden. But that's hardly a problem when you're with me, is it? MAMIYA. I squeezed his hand and felt its warmth. But that instantly sapped me of strength, forcing my body to start wobbling in the sky. My, look at the time. You must have tired yourself out quite a bit. Rest well now, Kato. MAMIYA. I'll be waiting for you here, in the land of dreams. Even after I'd woken up, I still felt like I was floating in the air. What's so funny? Rio, how long have you been there? I knocked on your door like 1,000,000 times. Were you having a good dream? Well, yeah, kind of. That's so. Then I'll want to hear about it later. Rio's expression would always turn unusually gentle whenever I talked about my dreams. I wasn't really sure why, though. It made me feel a little embarrassed, to be honest. Ever since I had that dream, I felt convinced that everything would turn out alright. For some reason, MAMIYA would never fail to make me feel that way. Hey, Suo. Yes? What is it? What are you doing so late at night? Huh? What do you mean? Huh? Oh, I guess it must have been a misunderstanding on my part. Sorry. It's fine. Rio lowered his gaze and was seemingly deep in thought. I felt like I had to do something to give him some peace of mind. Good night, then. If you're having trouble sleeping, would you like me to get you something to drink? I'm good. You should get some sleep yourself. Okay. I wonder if Rio's alright. Normally I'd go straight to the hospital if you had amnesia. You'd go straight to the hospital if you had amnesia. Wait a second, why didn't that occur to me until now? No thoughts. Head empty. Kato, please. He's like, oh, I just remembered hospitals exist. Can he go to a hospital by himself, though? He has no money, and who knows what his insurance situation is. What are you going on about? I'm talking about you and your... Huh? Make some space on the table. Rio, when did you... I brought us something to drink. You what? Look, I changed my mind. Then I figured I'd also get something for you. Rio was holding 2 mugs, the hot steam emerging from them muddled the outline of his face. Thank you very much. Careful there, it's hot. Tastes pretty good. A faintly sweet aroma spread across my mouth. I see. Are you still writing in your diary? Huh? Yeah, I did it yesterday too. Can I see? Sure. Under the light of a small lamp, Rio began flipping through the pages of my notebook. Do you like it? Yeah. Having someone read what you wrote was a little embarrassing. Isn't it though? It really is. Okay, I think you've seen enough. Hey, I'm not finished yet. Yes, you are. Actually, why don't you start your own dream diary? You're only saying that because you want to read it. Well, I'm curious about what kind of dreams you have. Guess I'll consider it then. I'm really looking forward to it, just so you know. Think you can sleep now? Huh? I've been watching you during the day, and you seem awfully drowsy. I figured you were sleep deprived. Oh. Hopefully I'm just overthinking it though. I'll wash the cups. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night. Huh. Turns out, Rio's way more of an adult than I am. I see. It's that dream again. Excuse me. Coming back from school, I found Mr. Samejima blowing soap bubbles in front of my house. Oh, welcome home, Kato. Mr. Samejima, what's that? Just a little something I picked up at the pharmacy. Really, that brings back so many memories. Want to give it a try? He handed me a yellowish-green straw and a pink container with some soap bubble liquid inside. Not now. I'm still a bit exhausted after club practice. I see. Samejima proceeded to exhale a long breath, which produced a relatively large bubble. However, it burst before it could leave the straw. You can have the rest. I'm not a child, you know. It should be perfect for you and your friends to play around with. In any case, I'll be on my way now. Didn't you come here for something? Not really, no. And just like that, Samejima drove off in a car that wasn't his usual Mini. Seriously, though. Soap bubbles are like the last thing I'd expect him to try. You're never too old to blow bubbles. I've never tried the one with the little straw. I don't know if that's a thing that we have in America. I've only used the wand. MAMIYA, come on, blow some bubbles for me. You want me to do it alone? Why not join me? You can be awfully mean at times, Kato. How am I supposed to do it? I'm invisible. I just want to see you do it. I just want to see you do it. I'm not asking for much, am I? If only he'd asked when Mr. Samejima was still around. Playing with soap bubbles at 15 was more than a little embarrassing. Well, fine, but only for a little bit. I exhaled into the straw, making a whole bunch of bubbles pop out from its other end. They slowly continued drifting into the air, ultimately melting into the evening sky. Excited, I continued making more and more of them. They're beautiful. They sure are. The soap bubble membrane glimmered in wondrous colors. I feel almost like I'm dreaming. MAMIYA?
The art's so good. It's so pretty. It's so good and so pretty.
Through the thin layer of soap bubbles, the world took on a rainbow hue. Even the front of my house felt fresh and different all of a sudden. As I continued intently staring at it, I felt almost like I could glimpse MAMIYA. MAMIYA? I called out to him. A fierce gust of wind swept past us, blasting the soap bubbles far into the distant sky. I think there was a song like this. I wasn't quite sure where it came from, but the soft melody of a popular nursery rhyme filled my ears all of a sudden. I followed the words in my head. For the first time ever, I felt sad not being able to see MAMIYA's expression. I won't break you, I swear. Not even I really understood why I ended up saying that, but I had to protect MAMIYA, and I was the only one who could do it. As long as you continue to feel that way, I won't disappear. As long as there is even one soul in this world that continues to feel that way, I won't ever be gone. I will. I wish I could embrace you. This is the first time anyone has said that to me. MAMIYA, come to my side. Slowly, as if trying to touch a soap bubble, I reached out with my hand. Are you there? Yes, I am. Can I hug you? Yes. I awkwardly embraced the space where MAMIYA was supposed to be. I couldn't feel any warmth, just the cold winter's air. Still, I wanted to embrace you. So warm. You're so warm, Suo. I had lost count of how many days had been since Rio came to my house. Today, like on most days, we had dinner and spent some time relaxing in front of the TV. What's this? Rio's eyes widened like saucers. He stared intensely at the screen. Huh? That's the sea. Oh, you don't know what the sea is? Well, it's made of salt and water. And... MAMIYA, I won't break you, I swear. Promise. His usual retort never came. Instead, Rio kept focusing on the screen. After a brief silence, he finally looked up at me. Is there a sea nearby, Suo? His amber eyes flashed like daggers. I couldn't help but gulp when faced with the sheer intensity of his gaze. A sea? Yeah, I think so. I doubt it's even that far. So it is nearby.
Kato, stop infantilizing Rio. Kato's trying very hard to be a grown-up.
After uttering that, Rio once again fell completely silent. I'll go with you. Huh? You were thinking of going alone, weren't you? I can't allow you to do that. But you've got school to think about. One day won't make a difference. I've never skipped class before, so it's never too late to start either. Of course. Please take me with you. Do whatever you want. Oh, I will. Yeah, of course. I was gonna do whatever I wanted anyway. Asking permission was simply a formality. It didn't mean anything. The next morning, we left the house with maps in hand. We were searching for the sea, and something else too. Something vague and undefined.
Look at his stupid face.
That said, it'll be quite a walk from here. You sure you'll be okay? Don't underestimate the endurance I've built up at work. If anything, I'm worried about you. Come on, I play lacrosse every single day. Take that. Stop flailing around. We're in this together. You're right. I'm sorry.
To be fair, Rio has amnesia, so maybe Kato is concerned that he doesn't remember basic things. But still, you'd think he'd realize after the umpteenth time that Rio has only forgotten about his life.
Yeah, I think he has, I don't think he quite, grasped the way, amnesia works.
I'm so excited. Remember, we're not going on vacation or anything. I'm serious about this. Yeah, I know. A gust of cold wind swept past us. It ruffled our hair and made the reeds around us dance. The sun was blinding me. I closed my eyes out of reflex. Glad to hear that. Rio's gaze, however, remained unflinching. We'd find something this time. I was sure of it. There was a thrilling adventure waiting for us at the end of this road. I just knew it. Rio was acting as mysterious as ever, but his kindness had touched me. Even our destination was the perfect fit for our quest, a wintry seaside.
Kato is like twice Rio's size and 2 times more naive and innocent. He really is.
It'd be a wonderful story in which our combined efforts help Rio regain his memories. I could almost smell it in the air. This time for sure. Things would get interesting. I can hardly wait. Me too. Huh? I'm not sure if I remember the sea being around here. Suo. Unable to contain his emotions, Rio led the way while pulling me behind him. Wow, it's the sea. If it was summer, we could even go for a swim. Rio, did you remember something? Can I stay here a while? Oh, of course. All right. With his gaze directed at the sea, Ryo fell completely silent. I backed off a bit so as not to get in his way. I felt a tug on the lead in my hand, along with a pang of guilt in my heart. To tell you the truth. Huh? I could actually remember my dreams just fine. I didn't want to tell you. I felt like it might come true if I did. I retained a subtle distance between the two of us while gently pulling on the lead. How much time had passed without either of us saying a word? The sand beneath my feet felt almost otherworldly, like it came from another dimension. The ashen sea, having endured several days of rain, continued to rage. It would surge up and over again. The waves roared. I stared on, thoroughly captivated by the sea, when suddenly my vision blurred for a moment. I felt a splitting headache come on. Unable to maintain my balance, I fell to my knees. My vision began to twist and warp as a somewhat familiar image showed up. And in that hazy vision, Ryo, I silently lost consciousness. I came to in a room. Huh? What? Where was I? Ryo and I were at the seaside. But now he was nowhere to be seen, gone along with his lead. Ryo? As I uttered that name, someone grabbed me by the chin.
Nice to meet you, Suo Kato.
It was a man I didn't recognize. He had rough hands and was surrounded by the thick smell of tobacco. I've been wanting to meet you for the longest time. I've even dreamt about it. I forced out a groan through the hand covering my mouth. Why? How did this happen? And who was this man? My thoughts were a complete jumble, and I even felt my eyes moisten with tears. You have no idea how much I loathe you. Your very existence makes me sick. Don't act like you know MAMIYA, you little brat. MAMIYA? I looked up at the man as I heard MAMIYA's name. However, it was too dark for me to see his face. Seemingly angered by my stare, the man clicked his tongue and slammed me to the floor. I could feel the rough, cold surface of the concrete crash against my cheeks. The man looked down at me. Listen well. I couldn't think straight. My vision was a blurry mess, and there was only one thing on my mind. Why? MAMIYA belongs to me. Man! Why did this man know MAMIYA? Suo? Suo? You okay? Hold on. Relax. Sit up, but take it slow. Hold on to me. As I held on to Ryo's shoulder, the two of us started walking back to the path we came from. Man! You know, playing this a second time? Yeah. That, yup. I slowly lowered myself onto a nearby bench. I could still feel the concrete against my skin, and the pain as those thick, bony fingers held me. Even his gruff voice still rang in my ears. Its tone was like a freezing chill creeping into you. What is this? What's wrong? Can't you hear it? Hear what? Something screeching. I can't hear anything. Really? That's odd. I can hear it in the distance. It's screeching really loud, and for some reason it sounds familiar. It reminds me of ice flows? Ice flows? It's so loud. It's still going. MAMIYA. Suo? You're there, aren't you? What was that person to you, MAMIYA?
Man, his imaginary friend is cheating on him. That's rough. That's rough, Suo. That's rough. I thought I was the only one who could see you. Suo, what's going on? Mamiya? Answer me! Or could it be that you're already talking, and I just can't hear you? I mean, it's screeching so bad, it's drowning out everything else. Totally sane behavior. Yeah, completely. Very normal. Nothing weird about Kaito at all. He is perfectly normal, healthy, sound of mind, you know. A while later, Ryo carried me back home. Little guy strong. However, the sound of ice flows never died down. Oh, Kaito. My poor, poor Kaito. Suo? Are you okay? Can you take a bath by yourself? Your face is all red. I think you've got a fever. Go to sleep. I shouldn't have told you about wanting to go to the sea. I'm sorry. Ryo, Good night. Go to sleep, Kaito. I'll change your sheets. Drink up. No. You've got to stay hydrated. You okay? He's forgotten how to drink water. Sorry for being too pushy. I'll go slower now. Ryo, I'm sorry I caused you so much trouble. Don't worry about it. Worry instead about getting better. Okay. I'll make you some porridge in case you get hungry. Thanks. You'll need to rest. He pulled the covers over my shoulders and gave me a gentle pat. That alone was enough to make me tear up. It could have just been the fever, though. Did you manage to sleep? He's tossing and turning in bed. I wonder if he's having a nightmare. Mom? Dad? He says. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's just me. And not an adult with actual power to do something. Are you awake? Ryo? You feel like eating? Yeah, I'm starving, actually. I'll go warm up your porridge. You can have this while you wait. Oh wow, a peach! It's just some leftovers. I know how much you like them. I took a bite from the peach, allowing its sweet juices to fill my mouth. It tastes so good. Glad to hear that. I wonder if this is what it feels like to have an older brother. Yeah, right. Like I'd want a giant like you for a little brother. Ouch! Just then, I felt like I could hear a faint chuckle escape Ryo's lips. A gentle taste of the peach stayed in my mouth, melting away my riled up feelings. The weathercaster on TV diligently explained the situation. Wow, that typhoon looks crazy. It's so rare to see those in December. Windows are rattling pretty hard. It doesn't look like we'll be able to go out today, or even tomorrow. The slanted rain was pattering on the branches outside the window. I found myself captivated by their rhythmic movements. To my side, Ryo looked like he was about to say something about the stormy sky. Are you planning to go out, Ryo? I've got work tomorrow. It's just daily employment, so I don't really have to go, but I'm worried about your health. Oh, I'm feeling much better now, thanks to you. Good. They'll probably let you take tomorrow off, so why not just stay home? We could spend the whole day relaxing. Doesn't that sound great? Okay, fine. I'll be looking forward to it. Great. Well, then have a good night, Ryo. Thanks. Are you really going to be alright by yourself? Come on, what's got into you all of a sudden?
Don't tell me you're afraid of the typhoon. There's no need to worry. In this house, we're safe from both rain and wind. Lightning, too, for that matter. Yet still, Rio retained a gloomy expression. In that moment, a certain feeling washed over me. The typhoon might have had something to do with him losing his memories. I suddenly felt guilty for making light of it. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Really? Really? I see. I'll be off then. Are you sure you don't want... Oh, Kato! Are you sure you don't want to sleep together? Absolutely sure. Kato! Settle down, Kato. Ouch. Utterly rejected. And remember, you'll have to tell me about your dreams. I will. Good night. Invite him to dinner first. They have dinner every day. Rio returned to his room. The sound of rain reverberated in the darkness. Good night. Why did I always feel so uneasy about typhoons? As I watched that swirling, cloudy sky, I felt like something just might happen. In that deep, deep darkness, I ended up drifting off to sleep, unable to comprehend the nature of those feelings. But it's not the same? Okay, fair enough. I heard the piercing sound of rain. It reminded me of needles. I felt like I was becoming one with the storm. Loud! Yeah, damn noise! Damn noise is right! God, Jesus! Okay, alright. Shush. Shush. Okay, there we go. Normal rain. Normal! Rain! Listen to it, it is loud! Why is the door open? Suo? I'd always been expecting a certain something. Suo? Suo! Suo, man! Where are you, Suo? The world was filled with mystery and wonder. Suo? And so, I believed that one day, I too would be chosen. I hate this rain, it's too quiet. Pretty song though! The rippling surface of the water, and the star-studded sky reflected in it. It was a sweet, blissful dream. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the day after that, as days came and went, things that truly mattered grew vaguer, hazier. I hoped we could exchange a gentle smile, the way we did when we met in the dream. As I woke up, I found myself in Rio's arms. Gay! 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 Huh? Rio? He held me in a powerful grip and seemed to be of no mind to let go. No good. In the end, I gave up on struggling and decided to just surrender myself to whatever he would do. He looked tired. Oh, are you awake, Rio? Suo. Jeez, what was that for? I nearly broke into a smile, but then noticed that Rio's teeth were clattering. He was shivering all over. Did you have a bad dream? It's okay. I'm here. It's alright. Everything's fine.
Good morning, Suo.
Morning.
That typhoon sure was something else, huh? Isn't the weather crazy? The forecast said today would be the same, but look, not a cloud in the sky. And here I thought I'd get another day off.
I'm glad to see everyone again.
It was really noisy, though. Yeah, it was. My window kept rattling so bad, I almost thought it would come off. Me too, I couldn't sleep at all.
Really? I didn't even notice it.
You're just too heavy a sleeper.
I'm home, Rio. Welcome back. I'm sorry, school started and the weather's so nice, I'd feel guilty for not going.
Man, his parents have been gone for like a long time, right? They just fucked off. They said, we can't handle this kid, we gotta go.
It's fine, don't worry about it. We can hang out on our next day off, I guess. Well then. I took out my notebook from the drawer and began cheerfully flipping through its pages.
Typical pig behavior. I mean, look, if his dad's not home, he won't have time to beat his wife, right? So, positives, think positively.
I gotta jot down my dream while I still remember it. I clutched my pen and was just about to start writing when... Rio. Perfect timing. I actually wanted to call you over. Really? Yeah, I'm about to add a new entry to my dream diary.
I'm home, welcome back. It's different now that we played AI. Honestly, though.
You said you enjoyed reading them, so... Suo, you need to stop doing that. Huh? Stop writing down your dreams. What? Why? You always look so happy when I tell you about them. And it means a lot to me. I can't believe you, of all people, would tell me to stop. You're losing your ability to tell dreams and reality apart, aren't you? Huh? What are you talking about? You believe your dreams have actually happened in real life. So I want you to stop. Look who's talking!
I notice, huh?
You've got no memories and no way of telling what's right and what's not. Suo, you should go to a hospital.
Rio's a good friend.
Why me? You're the one with amnesia. You don't remember walking all over town last night, do you? What? What are you talking about? Are you sure you didn't just dream all that up? Then, how do you explain those wounds on your legs? And the things you keep mumbling to yourself? I'm not sure who you think you're talking to, but there's no one there. You're wrong. Mommy is just invisible, which is why others can't see him. Suo, I enjoyed hearing about your dreams. To me, dreams only meant one thing, fear. But you managed to turn them into a source of entertainment, which is why I liked yours. However, it ceases being entertainment the moment it starts interfering with real life. You're not making any sense. I have no idea what you're even talking about, Suo. Open your eyes and look at reality, for God's sake. These words touch something inside me, something very, very important, slumbering deep within me. I'll step out for a bit. MAMIYA? You're there, aren't you? MAMIYA, am I weird?
That's the most gentle word, you know, you could find for yourself, Kato.
Am I wrong to rely on you? I mean, you're my friend. That's right, I'm your friend, Kato. And to me, you're irreplaceable. You feel the same way about me, don't you? Yeah. But you have no body. That's true. You're invisible. I see. You're the only one who can sense me. Rio said that it was weird to have a friend like that. It's what he said. I see.
Kato asks MAMIYA if he's weird. MAMIYA says of course and calls him the F slur. Yeah.
Well, it's true I'm different from most people in the sense that I have no body. I'm as unusual a being as they come. But it's all a matter of perspective, really. Is it? Yeah. I may not have a body, but my words reach you just fine, do they not? Surely our relationship isn't so fragile that the mere idea of it being weird would affect it. You're right, it's not. You mean a lot to me, MAMIYA. I can sense you in my heart. That makes you real. And simply ignore what others say about us. The only thing that matters is what you believe in. You're right. You know, it's kind of weird. I'm starting to feel like nothing that's happened really matters anymore. Despite how much it hurt me. But I don't think I want to see Rio for a while. Mr. Samejima, what are you doing here? Kato, would you mind coming along for a drive? Huh? But I've got school. Just call in sick. Come on, hop in. Mr. Samejima. This man. Jeez, you're being awfully forceful. Cut me some slack. I've been really looking forward to this. Here, I'll even put on your favorite tunes. Mr. Samejima reached out and flipped a switch on the dashboard. A second later, an upbeat song started playing from the car. That sure is an upbeat song. Oh wow, I'm surprised you're also into this kind of music. The truth is, I'm not. I actually just rented it from Tsutaya for the first time. See, I even got a card. Driving and upbeat music go hand in hand. Your dad taught me that much. I just love how feel-good the lyrics are. It sort of makes you want to do your best, you know? Yeah, these lyrics really hit, you know? Is that so? By the way, look, I've brought some light snacks too, sandwiches and milk. They all have different fillings, so feel free to pick whichever's your favorite. Or you could just eat them all. I don't really mind. I felt quite indulged here. I like how he's just like still in his pajamas. And I think that's really interesting, and I don't necessarily think it's something I picked up on really heavily when I played it the first time. It makes you wonder a little bit, you know? I suppose I'll just make the most of this then. It's actually been a while since we've gone on a drive. I also think it's really interesting that there's royalty-free music out there like this, and you never hear people really go for it. It's fascinating. Indeed it has. You were always so full of energy at the start, but end up dozing off on the way back. I still remember how lonely I felt as I drove through that tunnel with nothing to do but chew gum. Really? I'm sorry about that. Don't be. When you take the wheel, it just sort of comes with the territory. Dear God. Calm down. Calm down. Jesus Christ. I mean, it do kind of slap, though. Two things broke, gotta kill Snap. What broke? Oh, sorry. I think he's trying to take the mouse from me. Are you trying to take the mouse from me? Oh. Oh, take it! Take the mouse!
Okay, I'm good, apparently. I think it does kind of slap, though. I should turn the music down a little more.
Speaking of which, where are we going exactly? Any requests? You're asking me? Huh. Well, it's winter, so it'd be nice to see some snow. I'd like to go up north. As you wish. Off we go then, to Cave Soya, the tip of the north. I can't wait! Have you ever been to Hokkaido, Mr. Samejima? On a few occasions, yes. I visited there on a trip with my family when I was still little. Their winters are cold, really cold. That was also the first time I ate a crab. Which reminds me, I don't have any left. I noticed how lengthy your instructions were, but I didn't realize you actually added recipes in there too. Had everything from Takikomi Gohan to Kenshinjiru. It really helped me out. I'm glad to hear you've made good use of it. I really wouldn't mind going there. Or even to a place no one else knows, as long as that's what you wanted. Mr. Samejima. Man?
My brain. There's a professional wrestler who's insanely popular and is the champion of the second biggest wrestling company in the world. His theme is royalty free, and now he has a whole ass orchestra performing it. That's awesome. As you know, the royalty free musicians, they are kind of unsung heroes, honestly.
Kato, our real destination is the hospital.
Good man.
Huh? Are you sick, Mr. Samejima?
This isn't about me, Kato. You're the one that needs to be looked at.
What? But I don't have a fever, and I'm pretty sure I'm not injured either.
I've heard you were out on the streets in the middle of the storm yesterday. And that you weren't quite yourself.
In that moment, my mind just completely blanked out. Mr. Samejima knew everything. He knew about Ryo living at my house, and even what happened during the storm.
There's nothing to be scared of. They're just going to take a look at you. Kato, it's going to be fine.
No, I don't want to go.
Kato.
I'm not going. You lied to me. You lured me into the car so I couldn't escape.
You need to calm down.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm completely sane. I've had enough of this. Stop the car, right now.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why?
I promised to look after you. I need to make sure you're okay.
You're just doing this for my dad, not me. That's not true. I'm getting out. I pushed the still speeding car's door wide open. Mr. Samejima's face tensed up like I'd never seen before. Let me out. Let me out.
Kato, close the door. Hurry, this is getting too dangerous.
And stop the car.
Close the door.
I won't. I'm getting out.
You'll only get hurt.
And maybe you should stop the car.
Unless you want my dad. Oh, he's gonna tattle. He's gonna go tell daddy.
The car began to gradually lose speed until it came to a complete halt. Wasting no time, I immediately jumped out of the car and started dashing off in the opposite direction. I believed in him. I trusted him. But even Mr. Samejima thinks I'm crazy. I believed him.
I didn't step on the brakes for your father's sake.
Visibly taken aback, Mr. Samejima muttered that to himself. There was no way for me to hear him, though. I was still running, while feeling like the entire world had just betrayed me.
Oh, a basement? I'm not insane! I'm not insane! Kato says, insanely. Classic.
The basement my dad used as a makeshift storage room was covered in concrete and had a distinctly chilly air to it.
Mm-hmm.
I violently pushed him down there.
Okay. Got the man in the basement. Very good. I'm gonna grab some water real quick, actually. I think we're like near the end of the route, so I'm probably gonna finish it, close it out. But I need hydration.
Excuse me, Fiona.
So we have a man who is about to be locked in a basement for who knows how long by a literally insane person, and Sonic is Fortnite dancing in the corner. That's very that's great tonally. This is great. I need to move that water bottle. That's not gonna work.
What gives? Come on now. It's your fault, Rio. You keep saying all these weird things to people. What are you? Where am I? My house, of course. Let me out of here. Rio is acting strange.
You have a better image? Yes, good. I can't wait.
Rio? His amber eyes no longer had that intimidating glint to them.
Oh my god. It's the same! It's the same thing! Perfectly normal, healthy relationships all around.
I'd never seen him like that before. I won't. You may beg all you want, Suo. It's your fault, okay? You told Mr. Samejima all those weird things about me. I trusted you, and yet... You're getting the wrong idea. I did it for your sake. Don't just say what's convenient to you. You'll stay here and reflect on what you've done. I addressed Rio in the coldest tone I could muster. I had to remind myself not to relent. I threw him a piercing glare to try and mask the fact that my voice had been trembling. It's just for a little bit. So try to endure it for now.
Classic. I can't tell you you're wrong, Gab. It's the same.
I locked the door leading to the basement with an audible click. I felt a thorn prick at my heart when I recalled the face Rio made there at the end. I hope he returns to normal soon.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Why? Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this right now? Please. Please make it stop. Please. Please. This can't go on forever.
You okay, Suo?
Oh, man's showing up to school in his jammies. You're all fidgety. Did you forget something?
No, it's not like that.
The better question is, why weren't you before? It won't. What do you mean it won't? It won't what? It won't go away. I'm gonna have to look over at my laptop every so often, and it'll just be there.
You really should have gone to the toilet before class, you know?
It's not about that either.
Still, you do look a lot more lively than usual.
Huh? Crap, it's the teacher. We gotta get back to our seat. Right. I'm worried about Rio. Rio? I brought you some food.
He's angry. Gay sex triumphs all.
Only a couple of hours had passed, yet Rio looked more exhausted than I'd ever seen him. My heart ached seeing him like this. I brought you a rice ball, some miso soup, and an omelet. Do you think you can eat? Yeah. Oh geez, you can't do it at all. Ugh. Please, have some water first. Open your mouth. Chew slowly, okay? Ugh, poor Rio. He cannot win. Just tormented. Route after route. Rio is just not having a good time. I'm glad you could actually eat all that. Why are you doing this? Huh? You lock me in a place like this and start feeding me? You've been like that from the start. There's no rhyme or reason to anything you do. What are you trying to achieve, exactly? Achieve? Nothing at all. I just want you to reflect on your actions. But it breaks my heart to see you unable to eat, so, are you sorry for what you've done? Can you finally go back to being your usual self? How am I supposed to do that when I've never even changed to begin with? Just let me out of here already. Why are you like this? When one night you open that door in your sleep, I've got to be there to protect you. From what? From yourself. Are you telling me to just not sleep at night? Is that it? You're really not making any sense, Rio. I could say the same about you. What do you even want? What do I want? You already know that, don't you? What? I approached the hesitating Rio and gave his haggard face a long, hard look. Show me your hidden powers. Tsuo? Don't play dumb with me. I know everything. You hold the key to the entire world in your hands. That's what made you lose your memories. Tsuo, what are you even... Come on, admit it. Do it, or else... Ugh. I might find myself disappointed. Fine, I'll talk. Things are not going well. Kaito doesn't even realize he's just gonna remind of his abuse, awaken his memories, and just unleash a beast. You know what? I hate this place. It's dark, cramped. There's cold concrete everywhere. I remember all this. When I was small, I leaned in, completely taken by his story, but when I did, Rio suddenly bit into my fingers. How? What the heck was that for? I knew it. You're still not the Rio I know. Some strange force must be controlling you. That has to be it. Tsuo, wake up already. Wake up. You've dreamt enough. What are you talking about? I have no hidden powers, nor any magical abilities. I'm just a guy with amnesia. He's just a guy with amnesia. Leave him alone. He's doing his best. We're no different, Tsuo. You're just like me. Huh? You're a spoiled, somewhat childish 15-year-old with a gentle heart.
Ma'am, stop, bud. It's not time for cuddles yet, I know.
A perfectly ordinary person. Enough. Stop it. Listen to me. What you're looking for just doesn't exist in this world. Stop it. Stop it. Open your eyes. I don't wanna. You have to. Stop clinging to fantasies. I don't wanna. He says, I don't want to. I don't. Poor Rio. I don't understand. The world never changes. It's always so dull. I refuse to accept that. You see, I have high expectations of this world, and I just don't want to give up on that. Suo. For the longest time, I had been full of expectations. I believed that the world was filled with mystery and wonder. That one day, I too would be chosen. Mom and Dad, my friends, all the people in our town. They allowed me to live a peaceful life devoid of worry and hardship. I didn't want that gentle stagnation. I craved excitement, vivid colors to paint over my dull and gray life. I had hopes for this world and for myself. I can't just give up on this world or myself. That'd be like accepting things as they are. I won't do that. Do you really think it's wrong for me to feel this way? Is it wrong for me to discuss all this with you? There's Angela, my love. Maybe I shouldn't talk to you anymore. Answer me, MAMIYA. MAMIYA's just really hitting him with the ellipses, huh? Please say something. It's okay. It's alright. Everything will be just fine. There's something truly wonderful and unique in this world, and that something is you. You know, I kind of want Angela back. Sans, you don't even know her. You have no idea. She's amazing, and I love her very much. There's no need to be afraid. Really? Yeah, trust me. MAMIYA. I love you, MAMIYA. I know. This craving I feel. You understand it, don't you, MAMIYA? Sans, you're missing out on her personality. That's offensive. I do. All too well. Which is precisely why you can be so menacing at times. Your unquenchable thirst for the kingdom of the unreal. Isn't that why I'm here? Why I was left to remain? I will fulfill my duty. Even if it may cause grief to some. I'm sure it will be forgotten soon enough, though. Listen, Kato. I wanted to thank you for that hug. I mean it. It made me really happy. The rippling surface of the water, the star-studded sky. I hoped we could exchange a gentle smile, the way we did when we met in the dream. It was all I really wanted. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the day after that. As days came and went, things that truly mattered grew vaguer, hazier. Even now, I still yearned for it. Gaining superpowers out of nowhere, getting entangled in a conflict of mind-numbing proportions. Embarking on an epic quest to rescue a girl. Saving the world from impending doom. I desperately wanted to become someone like that. Huh? Where am I? The first thing I saw upon waking was the sea. But why? Why would I wake up in a place like this? I glimpsed a shadow in the distance. It looked familiar. Rio! But before I could reach him, Rio fell to the ground with a grunt. There's so much blood! Just accept your homosexuality and you'll be fine. Rio! I have to stop the bleeding. We need to get away from here. I'm coming for you, Rio. Rio made no response, almost like he didn't even hear me. He remains completely motionless. The red of his blood continued to spread through the deep purple of the sea. Oh no. He wasn't going to make it. Rio was going to die. This can't be happening. Rio, don't do this to me. I've got to stop the bleeding. Come on, wake up. No. This can't be happening. This isn't real. I don't want this. What should I do, MAMIYA? MAMIYA? I know you're there. Answer me. No, I can't take this anymore. I wanted a dramatic conclusion. I was even ready to sacrifice myself, like a true hero. Kato? You're amazing, Kato. Oh, Mom, Dad. I wanted them to smile at me and call me exceptional. No, I don't want Ryo to die. Suo. Ryo. I remember now. Huh? I remember everything. Oh, I see. Including where and when this is, and the reason why we cross paths. He's different. He's not being targeted by a shadowy organization. Nor does he hold the key that would unlock the path to another dimension. He has no hidden powers, either. You and I, he's just an ordinary person, nothing more. I don't need to hear about those memories. They're worthless to me. Shut up. Ugh. If they're not unique and interesting, I have no need for them. Ryo collapsed onto the sandy beach with an audible thud. He wasn't getting up. The vividness of his crimson blood was a sobering sight. Why? But... I suppose it's all good. This is only a dream, after all. And they do say it's good luck to kill before a trip. Who says that? The world would soon end. I didn't know how much truth there was to it. People on TV and the news made it out to be a big deal. You could even hear people discussing it in class. Days went by as usual, without anyone truly comprehending that the world would soon end. I still didn't quite understand why I was here. I was certain that the end would happen in the blink of an eye. It would be simple and anticlimactic, like the burst of a soap bubble. I need to wake up. And so, I drifted off to sleep. The night sea groaned softly, surrounded only by the sound of waves. I clenched my fists as I beheld the young boy, sleeping on the beach with a content smile on his face.
Oh hey, it's this man again. What's he doing here?
Why, Suo Kato.
See you later, man. Sometimes... So there's something more here. Yeah, so I'm actually... I didn't realize how much, like so much is set up in Kato's route. You know, I think there's something about the whole mental illness thing, and I also like the fact that he found Ryo at the same place he passed out in his own route. Immediately stuck out to me. Yup. I'm also, you know, I think it's easy maybe to conclude that it's possible Kato was the person who stabbed Ryo in the first place. I've considered that. That might be a very significant possibility, which I find really interesting. But yeah, I'm totally shocked by how much is being set up in this route in particular. That's really interesting to me. I'm very glad that I'm playing this again. But yeah, there's a whole lot more to a lot of this, and this is just very, 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 very tip of the iceberg. Like, there's got to be some weird shit where there's simultaneously alternate timelines, yet also a continuous continuity. Y'all have no idea. It's so, the mystery is so very good. Yeah, he said, last night you said Rio's route was the tamest. This was pretty tame in comparison. Like I said, I think it's the whole, you know, the mental illness aspect, the blurring of fiction and reality. It's really, it's unnerving to me. I have also wondered if Suo could ever, my thoughts, and oh no. I'm wondering if Kaito ever actually had a Mamiya at all. I still maintain Haruki's is the tamest. I have a lot to say about that. We will get there. Yeah, I do wonder if Kaito could ever see Mamiya, or had a Mamiya at all. I wonder if it's just all in his head. Either way, I think the most unnerving part of the ending is the fact that the blondie didn't comment on a dead body of Rio. Yeah. That guy, we'll find out more about that guy. So I think I'm gonna close this out. It really adds to just how ambiguous it all is. Ugh, yeah. It's I really love the whole mystery around this entire thing. It's really gripping. I love it a lot. Personally, I believe that in that timeline, Rio is still in the basement. Absolutely insane. This is really one of those games that makes you get out the cork board and the red twine and just kind of figure it all out. Anyway, I'm leaving now. Goodbye.